My dear friend, before we begin, let me ask you a simple question. What if the greatest miracle of your life is waiting for you tomorrow morning, but you keep missing it because you are too busy rushing for your phone, checking notifications, worrying about bills, or arguing with your alarm clock like it personally offended you? Yes, I know. Mornings can feel like a battlefield. The alarm rings, your mind immediately starts a committee meeting of worries, and before your feet even touch the floor, your brain has already traveled through 5 problems, 3 regrets, and at least 1 imaginary argument with someone who probably isn't even awake yet. And then we wonder why the day feels heavy. And before we part today, I want to leave you with something very important. Something most people overlook when they begin this practice. Miracles love consistency. Yes, that is the secret most people miss. They try something once or twice and then abandon it because the sky did not immediately open and drop a suitcase of money on their kitchen table. If that happened every morning, of course, we would all be very disciplined listeners. But life usually works in quieter, wiser ways. The truth is, the 20 minutes you give yourself each morning is not just about that day. It is about building a new relationship with your own mind. Most people have never actually learned to befriend their mind. They either fight it, criticize it, or allow it to run wild like a toddler with permanent access to caffeine and the internet. But when you sit and listen, something very gentle begins to happen. Your mind begins to trust you. It stops shouting quite so loudly. The inner chaos begins to soften. The anxious chatter that usually runs like a radio stuck between stations slowly fades into the background. And in that quiet space, something much wiser begins to speak. Now let me say something that might surprise you. The guidance you receive during these quiet moments is often incredibly practical. It might tell you to call someone. It might remind you to organize something you have been avoiding. It might inspire a business idea. It might encourage you to forgive someone you have been mentally wrestling with for years. And sometimes it will simply say, relax. Everything is unfolding perfectly. That message alone has healed many worried hearts. But the reason the guidance appears is simple. When you stop flooding your mind with noise, the intelligence already within you finally has room to operate. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to have a meaningful conversation while standing beside a jet engine. You would have to shout, repeat yourself, and still misunderstand half the words. That is how most people live mentally every day. Their mind is a constant jet engine of worry, news, opinions, predictions, regrets, and social media updates about people they barely know but somehow feel emotionally invested in. No wonder they feel exhausted. But your 20 minutes in the morning is like stepping away from that roaring engine and walking into a quiet garden. In the garden, the whisper becomes audible. Now, another thing that happens when you practice this daily is something quite amusing. Your reactions begin to change. Situations that once irritated you begin to feel almost entertaining. Someone cuts you off in traffic, and instead of launching into a dramatic speech worthy of an action movie villain, you simply shrug and think, well, someone clearly needed to get somewhere faster than me today. Your boss sends a confusing email, and instead of assuming disaster, you calmly clarify the situation. Your mind becomes less reactive and more responsive. And that shift alone can transform the entire quality of your life. You see, life does not always change overnight, but your relationship to life can change immediately. And when that happens, opportunities begin to flow differently. Let me tell you something interesting about the human brain. Scientists have discovered that when you begin the day in a calm and optimistic mental state, your brain releases chemicals that improve creativity, decision-making, and emotional stability. In other words, you literally become smarter and more resourceful simply by starting the day with calm expectation instead of panic. Who knew that miracles might begin with good brain chemistry? And that brings us back to expectation. Expectation is like placing an order with the universe. If every morning you mentally order stress, chaos, and frustration, do not be surprised when the delivery truck arrives exactly on schedule. But if you begin the day saying, "Something wonderful is going to happen today," your mind begins searching for evidence to support that statement. And the wonderful thing about the world is that there is always evidence available. It simply depends on what you train yourself to notice. A friendly conversation, an unexpected idea, a problem that resolves faster than expected, a moment of peace in the middle of a busy day. Small miracles are happening constantly, but most people overlook them because they are too busy scanning for disasters. But not you. You are becoming someone who listens, someone who expects good things, someone who allows life to cooperate rather than constantly fighting it. And here is something I absolutely love about this practice. It does not require perfection. Some mornings your mind will wander. Some mornings you may feel distracted. Some mornings you may even fall asleep halfway through your listening time and wake up wondering if enlightenment includes snoring. That is perfectly fine. You are not trying to win a meditation trophy. You are simply building a habit of beginning your day with intention. 20 minutes of nourishment for your mind. Think about it this way. Most people are very careful about what they feed their bodies. They read labels, count calories, and debate the health benefits of almond milk versus oat milk as though the fate of civilization depends on it. But then they feed their mind absolute junk every morning. Negative news, angry opinions, stressful conversations. Imagine eating fast food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day for 10 years, and then wondering why your body feels terrible. The mind works exactly the same way. Your morning listening practice is mental nutrition. You are feeding your mind clarity, hope, inspiration, and expectation. And slowly but surely, your inner environment becomes healthier. And when the inner environment improves, the outer environment begins to reflect it. Now, before we finish today, I want to invite you into a small experiment. Just 7 days. 7 mornings. 20 minutes each day, before the world rushes in. Sit quietly and listen to something uplifting. Let the words sink into your mind. Let them plant seeds of possibility. And while you listen, gently say to yourself, "Today, I expect good things." Not desperately, not anxiously, just calmly, like someone who knows the sun will rise because it always does. Then go about your day normally. Watch what happens. Observe the subtle shifts. Notice the ideas, the conversations, the opportunities that appear. And at the end of the week, ask yourself one simple question. Do I feel different? Most people who try this honestly answer yes. And once you feel the difference, the practice stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a gift you give yourself. Because 20 minutes of calm expectation can influence the remaining 23 hours and 40 minutes of your day. Now, if this message encouraged you, I would love to hear from you. Share in the comments if you are willing to try the 7-day experiment. Just write something simple like, "I'm listening for miracles." There is something powerful about